Hi, it's Steve, and I am here with my friend and client, Chuck Schaeffer. Hi, Chuck.
Hi, Steve. How are you, sir? Good, great to see you this evening.
Likewise, thank you for joining us with our client close up. This is an opportunity for me to showcase people who I think are wonderful that I do business with, but also who I think are special in their own way. And you certainly fit that description. So I'd like to give you an opportunity to talk a little bit about what's going on, either personally, professionally, or avocationally. So tell us stuff the world needs to know. How about we start with this? What would you like to talk about in terms of what you're up to these days?
Sure. Again, I appreciate you taking the opportunity to support us, everyone here. For the last almost going on 20 years now, I've been working for a company called Thin Labs. We produce digital signage and all-in-one computers. I've been working with them, like I said, since 2007. I do most of the, I'll call it back office computer-related functions at the company, anywhere from documentation to quality assurance, testing, finished product assembly and configuration, repairs, customer consultation, and staff mentoring and training. So I do most things that occur in the background of the company. And we've been, in the last 3 years, have been gangbusters. We've recently got our first patent for our power over Ethernet design, which I'll discuss with you briefly later so you understand what that means.
Yeah,
And we also have a new engineering alliance with Cisco. So we're working pretty heavily with them. So it's a really exciting time for us. So
that's
that's
nice.
what I'm doing right now.
Well, you mentioned a lot there. First of all, you have a very diverse job there. Is
Yes.
there any part of your job that you like more than others?
Well, primarily, most of what I do right now is the finished product assembly and configuration after the orders are received by our salespeople, and handle that and help desk the repairs if there's ever products that have issues, and as well as product brochures and specs and such. So that's the main thing of what I do. When product lines first start, I work with the manufacturers. We set the guidelines, do the bill of materials, the standard operating procedures, and all that. That's a once every maybe 6 month type of thing. The things I'm most heavily involved with are the product assembly and the configuration.
From a design standpoint, from a quality control standpoint, what's your responsibility?
Quality assurance. My job is to make sure the product that the client gets is a client they want. It's working. That's essentially. We take all the products that come from Taiwan. We test 100% of all of our computers when they first come in, and we test them again. We for 48 hours before a client even receives it. So the client can be pretty rest assured that they're getting a quality product.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, you mentioned this patent. Tell us a bit about the patent.
Sure. Well, I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't know a lot about the patent because I'm not heavily involved with that. I can tell you it is related to our power over Ethernet design. Now, for those many people, I'm sure don't understand what is power over Ethernet. You'll hear that term or the word PoE. Instead, it's very green conscious, environmentally friendly concept. Whereas, a standard desktop computer, which you plug into your wall from a little power cord, maybe 6 foot away, that uses, say, 150 watts of power, our computers can run up to a football field away from a single power source using 1/5 of that power. So that's our bread and butter of what we do. We have about 60,000 such computers out in the field in the US, the UK, Australia, around the world.
Wow, how interesting that.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a result of some kind of breakthrough design. You must have a very good design team. Is that right?
Well, yes, my boss, his name is Jagdish Munkor. He's been working with thin clients and power over Ethernet for over 40 years now. He was formerly with another company and started his own company over 20 years ago. I joined him 5, 6 years after he started the company, and he really has his hands, on the button as far as what's going on.
So interesting.
We can run as far as what type of power over Ethernet computers we can provide. We do, they're all-in-one touchscreen computers that could be anywhere from 19 to 55 inches in size, all running under 90 watts of power. We can run dual screens, tri screens, quad screens. We also do MedCart computers with our own specifically designed battery for us that can run all day on a single charge. So there's a lot of stuff really going on.
You're very enthusiastic about your work. What other part of
Yeah.
your life are you so enthusiastic about?
I'm sorry, I missed what you said.
You're so enthusiastic about your work.
Yes.
What other parts of your life do you have the same enthusiasm for?
Oh wow, that's a great question. Well, as I think you know, I was a singer-songwriter for a time. Most heavily involved in the early 2010s. I actually had a CD that charted on the Roots country charts, made number 37 or something like that, I think, way back in the day. Had a couple of CDs to my credit. Opened for a bunch of Grand Ole Opry stars at a theater in Pennsylvania, which was quite fortunate. You know, Charlie Daniels, Roy Clark, Lisa Marie Presley, David Allan Coe. I was
Wow.
fortunate enough to meet many of them. I play an occasional show right now and helping a church band because the music doesn't quite pay the college bills like the regular job does. Yes.
No,
So
I get that.
that's as far as I call them hobbies. As far as other work, literally meeting a client tomorrow to do. Have In addition to that, I do medical billing for a couple of psychiatrist friends of mine in Highland Park. So I have quite a bit of work going on, and also have a couple of daughters that are in college. One in college as a junior at Delaware, and my other daughter Allison, who graduated a year ago from the University of Pittsburgh. So
Tell us about, you have college age kids, and colleges are under the gun these days from a
mhm.
funding point of view, from a curriculum point of view, from a values point of view, from a campus life point of view. How are you finding college life these days? How does it compare to college back in your day?
That's a good question. I don't know how great of an answer I have. As far as the funding goes, I've been quite fortunate because I worked all these jobs. I don't really have any finances to deal with. All the schools are paid for. I just took no loans at the time of just minimums to handle the subsidized portion, so there would be no interest when they're finished. So as far as finances go, I've been fortunate. I work my tail off now, so I wouldn't have to pay 10, 15, 20 years down the road. As far as culture-wise goes on the campus, that's a good question because I sent the kids to college to learn for themselves and kind of stay out of their lives. Let them grow up. Pitts. I know my older one. She really loved Pittsburgh. I don't know if you've been to the Pittsburgh campus out there,
No.
but it's a fantastic area if you're a baseball fan. If you remember where the Pittsburgh Pirates played back in the 1960s and 70s, literally there's pieces of the wall still there no, right on the edge of the campus. So for me, as a baseball buff, I loved it. Now, my daughter Casey, who is more into that, she is a student representative of the Biden School of Public Policy and Administration at Delaware. Well, she's a little more involved. She's dealing with more of the heads, the deans, more of the community. But again, I really try not to get too heavily involved because again, they're adults. If it's important enough, or if they need a credit card, they know where I am. So
Right.
but they're doing well. I know Casey recently helped organize a TEDx talk uh, at the college. She's done several things. She just organized a volunteer trip to Washington D.C. On an alternative spring break with 20 other students at Delaware. She's again, I mentioned the student rep. She's also leader of the freshman leadership orientation program, so she's really done well there.
Very good.
Mhm.
All right, Chuck, let's wrap it up this way.
Sure.
Take out your crystal ball
Okay.
and give us a forecast of what Chuck's life will be like in 10 years.
Wow. I have a hard enough time dealing with tomorrow, but that's a great question. No, I got to say, I've really been fortunate. There have been a lot of ups and downs in my life. My career path has been anything but I would say but normal. But been lucky the last few years have been really good. Hopefully, good Lord willing, Thin Labs do really well, and I'll continue either doing that or working with another company that they work with in the future. Because it's a small, really friendly company. We're all full of beans here. It's no, it's corporation, but not so corporate. If you catch my drift. We are not afraid to push each other's buttons. But that's what I tend to be. If I'm lucky and something happens and I have a big rush of money come my way, I'll probably be helping out my wife or go on the road and play music. So who knows? Who knows what's
Beautiful.
going to happen?
Beautiful. Good for you, Chuck. Chuck, you've been kind with your time. I'm always excited to talk with you. It's so good to hear what's going on. Your enthusiasm is contagious, and I want to thank you for spreading it.
I thank you for the two-take day. I really appreciate that. So it's been a lot of fun. And I
You're
look
welcome.
forward to being up near you up in the not too distant future. I'll be back up in Hackensack,
Ah,
having a happy hour with some of my buddies from college up there. So when I am, you will certainly know and hopefully we'll connect.
that would be great, Chuck. Thank you.
Thank you, Steve.